Hello, it's Allison Sullivan from Stamp Crazy with Allison, and today I want to share with you some projects made with the Hey Chick stamp set and the Hey Birthday Chick stamp set. Aren't they adorable? They're the same chickens, but they're just doing different things. So we've got this really adorable chicken here that looks like me sometimes in the morning, and the same chicken over here is enjoying a little cupcake. So we've got an unhatched egg, and there's the hatched egg. So they're independent, but they also work really well together. And the thing that's really great about them is they both have die cuts. So if you have a die cutting machine, you'll want to pick up the dies. Let me show you the Hey Chick dies first. Here we go. So these ones here that are the solid images. So we've got the this chicken here, rooster, I guess. And then we've got the chicken with the funny hair, and then this little fat hen. They actually work to cut out these images once they've been stamped. So I'm going to show you a card here. So we've got this chicken, and then I've cut out the chicken with the dies. Now, if you don't have a die cutting machine, you can cut out these just by hand with like fussy cutting with some scissors. In addition, there's some really awesome dies here. We've got a barn, which is really cool. And we've got the chicken wire. This little guy actually cuts out the egg. I forgot about him. And then we've got some eggs. We've got a little tree stump. This is really cool. This is corn. And then these are all the little pieces of the husks with the corn cob. It's really cute. And then we've also got a little signpost down here. So in this card, you can see that we've got the barn in the background. So it's just a way of using that. Now let's look at the Hey Birthday Chick. So this time we've got this image here and the one with the balloon and then this little blob here. They're actually cutting out these chickens, and then this one here is cutting out the little hatched chicken. We've got happy birthday, the words, which are really cool. The little fence. We've got a little chick with a bow tie, and then some banners. Now this image up here that's die cut, I don't know if you can see it, but it's little chicken feet. So you would use that across your card. It doesn't actually cut it out, it just embosses it with these little chicken feet, which is really cute. So here's some cards used making these dies. So we've got the happy birthday. I showed you the barn from the earlier set. And then we've also got the chicken, which is stamped, colored, and then cut out. Here we go. We've got this one here. It's got the fence. And then this is the little hay bale, I guess. And then this is from the other little dies. This is the little signpost. So, like I said, you can have you can purchase both of the stamps individually. You can purchase the dies individually, or you can purchase the stamps with their matching dies as a bundle. And when you do that, you save 10%. So let's get started and make some chicken cards. Let's make some cards using the Hey Birthday Chick stamp set and the Birthday Chick dies. I wanted to show you some cards that all levels of stampers could make. So I wanted to start with our note card and envelopes. We get 20 of them in a pack, and they're just a small little note card size. So when they're folded in half to make your card, they're 5 by 3.5, and they come with these little matching envelopes, which is really great, especially for someone who doesn't have a lot of product. This allows you to make cards without having to buy a lot of paper. I'm going to start by showing you a very simple card that anybody can make. So this is what I would call a card for a beginner stamper. So let me show you how to do this. I'm going to start with one of the note cards. And I've got some Memento black ink. So you only need one ink pad. And then I've got my little chick from the stamp set. So I'm just gonna stamp her or him there. And then I've got the words, Hey Chick. And I'm just going to stamp that in black also. Okay, and then I'm going to color it. Now there's lots of different ways you can color them. We have water markers, just like you would use in school. But we also have these really great alcohol-based markers that I love called Stampin' Blends. And I'm going to start with this color here, which is Mango. And there's a dark and a light, but I'm going to use the dark. And there's two tips on these pens. There's a little nib on one end and then like a little brush on the other. And it's up to you which one you want to use. So I'm just going to add some of this darker Mango to the edges of his feathers, his little beak, part of his hat, and then his feet. So pretty simple, just like coloring when you were a kid. Then I want to add some Bermuda Bay to the top of his little hat here. And the great thing about these is you can put one color over another, so you can blend them together. So now I'm going to go in with a very light yellow. This is Saffron. And I'm just going to color his or her little face here. And then when you're putting the lid back on, you want to snap it in so you've got it really tight, because they're alcohol based, so they could dry out if you're not careful. And then for the egg, I didn't want to leave them white, so I'm just going to put a little bit of light pink on one edge here, and then I'm going to take the darker and just define the edge a little bit. Okay, just like that. And then I want to put something underneath his feet, because otherwise he looks like he's just flying in midair here. So I'm going to add some green. This is Granny Apple green under, just for some grass. I thought he looks really cute. And that is a simple card. It's really, really simple. If you want, you can also stamp on the inside. So let's go ahead and do that. Again, I'm going to use just the same color as I had before. And another one of the stamps, happy birthday. So, hey chick, happy birthday. Really simple. Now, if you have a little bit more supplies and a little bit of more experience stamping, you could just, what I would call, step this up to be a little bit more detailed. So let me show you what I did next. I took the exact same design. Hey chick, I stamped it, but this time, if you can see, my little chicken is popped up. And what I did was I stamped him on a scrap piece of paper. I colored him in just like I did on the first card, but then I cut him out with the little die from the die set. Now, if you don't have the dies, you can just cut him out with a pair of scissors. And then I popped him up with what we call Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to show you that on my next card. And then on the inside, I stamped Happy Birthday, but this time I added some more of the images, and I brought in a second color. This is Bermuda Bay, and so this requires a few more supplies. Now, if you're a stamper like me, where you have a lot of product and you like to stamp, I'm going to show you how I can step this up even more. So this time I'm going to take some Designer Series paper. These are patterned papers that we sell. We have lots of them. This one here is Granny Apple Green, which is just like the grass that we did earlier. But instead of stamping everything on my card, I'm going to just make it a little bit more dimensional. So I've cut a piece of our basic white cardstock. I've cut it just slightly smaller than my card. So it's cut at 3 1/4 by 4 3/4, just so it's a bit smaller. Now you'll see why in a minute. Then I'm going to take my multi-purpose glue. Now we sell lots of adhesives. This just happens to be the one that I like. It's called Tombow multi-liquid glue. I like it for a number of reasons, mostly because if I make a mistake, I can pull it off or move it around quite easily before it completely dries. So I'm just going to glue that to the edge of that piece of cardstock. Next, I want to take a scrap piece of paper and I want to stamp my little chick, just like we did before on the first card. I'm just going to stamp him right there in the middle. And then I'm going to color him exactly the same way. So this is just another, I'll show you again, how I'm going to color him. So again, I put the mango on the edge of his feathers. I put mango on his nose, or his beak. I put mango on his little chicken feet, and I put one of the strips in his hat, mango. Then I took the Bermuda Bay, and I added it here. Then I took a light yellow, so this is saffron, and I just wanted to go over his little face. And you can see that I can go over the other color that I've already laid there. It won't hurt it. And then I'm going to take a light pink, the light petal pink, and I'm just going to color the left side of the shell here. I'm going to leave some white. And then I'm going to just give it a little bit more definition by adding a little bit darker just on the edge, like so. Now I can go ahead and cut that out with a pair of scissors, but I have a little machine that cuts it out. So I'm going to bring it in. This is our Stampin' Cut and Emboss mini machine. You can see how little it is. It's really cute. And all I have to do for this is put down my piece that I want to cut out. I'm going to lay this little die over top, like so. So you just want to make sure you've got it set right. And then you're just going to run this through your machine, and it goes through really just like butter. Okay. And when you take it out, set that aside, you're going to have your little chick is completely cut out. Isn't that cute? So now I can set this aside. I just want to show you this machine again. It's so cute. It's so tiny. You can fold up the sides, and it's really easy to keep on your desk, and it cuts many of the dies that we sell. All right, so I'm going to bring in the piece that I worked on earlier, and I'm going to stamp the saying, which again was "Hey Chick." Right, so "Hey Chick," just like that. And then I want to pop up my little chicken. Now I'm going to do that. I told you I was going to show you some of these really cool double-sided pieces of foam. These are called Stampin' Dimensionals. They're sticky on both sides, and when you peel the paper off, you can pop it up. So it just gives it a little bit more dimension. And again, because we don't want our little chicken just hanging out there, we want to give him some ground underneath his feet, just like that. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is add a little bit of ribbon or twine. This is our baker's twine, white baker's twine. And I'm going to just wrap it around a couple of times. And you can see I'm doing it right beside the Designer Series paper. It covers the edge, but it also adds just another little element to your card. Okay, and then I'm going to just trim those off. Those little ends, and you've got a little bow. And then on this piece, I'm going to use the dimensionals again to pop it up. And this time I'm going to use one in each corner and also one in the middle, just so that it's all popped up. Then you're going to bring in your card base that we had from our note cards. Oops. And I'm just going to make sure I've got this where I want it. I think the easiest would be to lay it flat. That's better, and I'm not fighting it. Okay. And again, you can stamp the inside. So let's bring back in our Memento black ink. I like this ink. It's a really great all-purpose black ink for coloring or stamping, leaving it just in that color. And that is the stepped up version of those cards. So let me bring in all of them again. Really simple. And then the second one, we just added a few more elements. And then lastly, we've just put a whole bunch of new other things on. But you can see that each one of them is simple. It's just a little bit stepped up. And of course, the awesome thing is they all fit the envelopes that come in the note cards. So I hope you enjoy this set and these adorable little images and the dies that go with them. Thanks so much for watching. Happy stamping.